Just when I think we've seen the ugliest things yet.
Thank you for cutting those creatures down, truly. Gods know what would have happened if you weren't here.
Hells! What are those things? Pungent as they are vicious.
Oh, gods! There's guts all over my boat!
Thought I'd engage with the smell of fish by day. That smell.
Oh, I think I might have had my fill of fish for the next few 10 days.
Having things like lying around is bad for business. Thanks again for dealing with those Sahuagin. You saved more than just my livelihood. A bit quieter after the Sahuagin attack, but that's to be expected. Loyal customers will be back.
Did you hear this was the best place to buy fish in the city as well? Seems they neglected to mention the sea devils. To be paying the mounting fees.
Out into the mansion's faded exterior, you see the faintest outline of a door. An entrance designed to provide the utmost discretion. Whatever lies behind the door, it guards such secrets closely. It will not reveal them to just anyone. Nothing responds within. It is silent as the grave.
What now?
You do not have an appointment. Yet you seek an audience with Mystic Carrion. Ah, I sense you too like to wander the boundaries between life and death. You have read the necromancy of Thay. Tell me, what brings one of such power into the presence of Mystic Carrion? A naive interpretation of the forces at work beyond your perception. No wonder you sought a hand like mine to lead you through the darkness. I am a spirit medium. One who wanders the hazy boundaries of mortality, bearing the intentions of the living and the knowledge of the dead. You possess some aptitude in that regard, but I'm afraid you aren't of the caliber required to be one of my regular clients. Is that so? Yes, I see. A brief and superficial incantation cast by only the crudest of magicians. No customer of mine would ever settle for such parlor tricks, nor would they pay for them. If that is the sum of your curiosity, then I'm afraid we have nothing more to discuss. In this life, at least. Unless, of course, you are looking for a job. Yes. My spirits stir. They think you might be capable. Very well. You may help me with a small matter. I have an assistant, Thrumbo. A conduit I used to maintain my connections with the ethereal plane. Unfortunately, he has deserted his duties. He has not gone far, but given the sensitivity of his nature, I would prefer that he is not free to roam the city. Return Thrumbo's body to me, and I will see that you are suitably compensated. It's quite simple. He resented having to work for a living. The undead can be rather lazy in that regard. He was always a simple, contented creature, a beggar to the bone. Perhaps he has forgotten how ungenerous the world can be, or simply prefers to live in the gutter. If he does not value the gift I gave in reanimating that wretched flesh of his, then I will take it back. It is my property, not his. Then, with the spirits herein our witnesses, the arrangement is made. 3 others escaped with him, though they lack even Thrumbo's modicum of intelligence. They can no doubt point you in his direction. You carry strange tidings. Not food, client. You have done well. You are released.
Shouldn't go wandering in dark alleys. Very dangerous hobby. Gets people killed.
On the half-orc's finger, you notice an unusual ring. Heavy and with a strange symbol carved on its surface.
Scuttle away, lizard, before I cut off your tail.
You recall seeing this symbol on crates marked for Nine Fingers Keen, leader of the guild. The thug works for her.
Oi! Stop staring. Start walking. Last chance. Bloody dark old sense. Getting paid to lurk in our guild hall. Never worked for it. Guarding the secret entrance. Not good enough for them, but good enough for poor old Tuskrun. Another one come to take our coin and clog our halls. Fine, I'll show you in. Nine Fingers will give you orders. In you go. Before I change my mind.
The Guildhall has one rule. All crime stays in the city streets, where it belongs. Break this rule, and you die.
We're all on the same side, friend. Nine Fingers invited us herself.
The Guildmaster hired you, yes. But I think it's best if your Zhentarim keep to themselves. There's not a lot of trust in the Guildhall of late.
You're all scared shitless of this Stonelord, you mean? Which is exactly why your boss hired us.
Right. Which crew are you with? Bellbreakers? The Children of Hor?
The names ring familiar. Two of the many crews that make up the Guild. A loose collective with ties to every criminal enterprise in the city's underworld.
Can't say I've heard of you. Spare me the story behind the name. I'm sure it's very scary. Fair warning, the Guildmaster wants no fraternizing with the Zhentarim. They're here to work, not share war stories. They won't be much use to us if they're drinking and dicing when the Stonelord kicks the door down. You won't. The Black Network is working for us. The Guild is hardly a soft target, but we're not set up for the turf war the Stonelord set on fighting. He came out of nowhere and ate up half our turf in a 10-day. So if you're speaking to the Guildmaster, maybe step soft around the topic.
It's an orphanage, Ukta. What would you have me do? Seize their toys as payment?
Well, they failed to pay tribute. We should withdraw our protection, at the very least.
And cede more ground to the Stonelord? You're not suggesting I yield a single inch of the city, my city, to this cult?
We already look weak. If you're seen to be forgiving debts...
I didn't say forgive. Seize the building. Arm any children old enough. If they protect what's mine, we'll consider that a start on what's owed.
Yes, Guildmaster. Excuse me? This is a private council.
Keep your underpants clean, Uktar. We're playing host to a hero. You recall our reports of Ketheric Thorm, General of the Absolute, Champion of Merkel, unkillable Tyrant of Moonrise. Meet the one who killed him. Whichever one gives you the most comfort. The Guild is this city's first and last line of defense. It's only natural that we watch the gates for anyone interesting. I'd say you qualify. I already know the one thing about you that I need to. You've crossed paths with the cult's leadership before, and you're still standing. I mean to burn the Absolute from the face of my city. So if you mean to help, congratulations. We just became the best of friends. Oh, did you enjoy the encounter? I have no doubt you gave them a good talking to. The rats usually keep a lid on their nastier notions, but with the Stonelord business distracting me, some are starting to test the leash. All the more reason to be rid of the cult quickly, so I can remind my crews it's not a leash round their necks if they cross me. It's a noose. I was planning to soften you up a bit first, but... straight to business then. Of all the pains in my arse the Absolute was delivered, one in particular keeps growing. A new gang boss who calls himself the Stonelord. If he was just another upstart who didn't like paying guild dues, fair enough. But he and his crew make no demands. Leave no survivors to pass on a message. All I know is that on every scrap of ground he takes from me, the cult of the Absolute soon starts sprouting. He's a prick, whoever he prays to. We know where he plans to hit next. A little operation the Guild have run in the city's counting house. Likely my crew has it in hand. Snare set, ready to draw it tight. But I like a little certainty. And you've dealt with bigger bastards handily enough. Obliged. Shouldn't pose any problem for you. In return, if I can offer aid, information, just ask. Knowing what I know usually comes at a cost. But let's say we'll put it on your tab. We don't. The Zhentarim work for me. Time was I'd charge the bastards double if I let them into my hall at all, but times change. The Guild is many things, but it's not an army. If the Absolute keeps pushing in on our territory, then I need a little weight to push back. Simple enough. After Jaheira warned me and then disappeared, I went nosing into the cult for myself. I could bore you with the details. How I found evidence of Gortash's projects, traced him to Orin the Red, and made a safe bet there was some dried-out old necromancer to round out the three. Because it's always the dead, bloody three. Has been half-gods who can't help but make their irrelevance everyone else's problem. Oh. You've got some juicy little tidbit I haven't heard yet. Huh. It seems like my intelligence on you was patchy at best. That's annoying. Don't pout. For a brief second, I did weigh the odds on killing you. But if there's a tainted elder brain slopping around below my city, I think we need one another more than ever. So, as long as you can keep a lid on what's growing inside you, we're allies. Until you can't, and we're not. Simple enough, I reckon. Now, war to be fought. You need anything?
See anything of yours? No, you didn't.
Wow, look who it is! Glad to see you in the city. Hope you found plenty of coin in Ketherick's coffers. Ready to do some business? Oh, I've got a few ideas. I'll be running this whole place in no time. Ready to do some business? Give me that! Can't have this floating around loose. I thought I was meant to be the thief. So what if it is? Choosing the right allies is just common sense. You wouldn't have made it this far on your own. Big Raff doesn't own me. He's just giving me the tools to keep myself alive and to take what I want. As for what that is, well, you didn't think I planned to stop at running the Fetcher's brats, did you? I knew you'd understand. Everyone's owned by somebody. Might as well sign up to be on the winning team. I wouldn't miss it for the world. Baldur's Gate is home now, and the brats are my family. Nobody Messes with my family.
Oh, careful! People don't bloody look where they're walking.
Say wealth offers a form of magic. Alas, it's one I've rarely dabbled in.
Nor I. Never had more than a few coppers in the city, and any soul coins in Avernus went straight to Zariel.
Make no mistake. Souls are sold for coins up here as well. All too cheaply in most cases.
Mark the notice in a...
Account holders only from here. Vault pass? Meat, honey. Counter.
How did you end up as a counting?
Welcome to the counting house. I'm head clerk Mead, honey. How may the Fellowship of Financiers serve you?
A relaxed tone and easy smile, but the halfling's shifting gaze gives it away. Something has him rattled.
Can't imagine who would want to hear such a song. But as you will. A rather large and heavily armed fellow has accompanied Headbanker Glitterbeard down to the vault. He's an unusual sort of customer, but the Headbanker said he'd handle it, so it's fine. I'm sure we're just fine. That would be most unusual, but then so is our visitor.
Very well. Show the guards this temporary vault pass, and should my superior ask, keep my name out of it.
Just balance the book and move on like always, Mead, honey.
Maybe I will.
Nothing more valuable than a simple...
Vault pass. Right. Descend and know. Upon entering the vaults, you forego the protection of city and church law alike. Which is to say, keep to your own vault and you'll be fine.